The World That Outlawed Magic, Chapter 2.
The first Null Pillar cracked on an ordinary afternoon. There was no thunder, no earthquake, no pillar of light splitting the heavens. It simply made a sound like a porcelain cup developing a hairline fracture. Tick. The guards stationed around the black monument looked at one another. "Did you hear?" The second crack interrupted him. Tick. A silver line spread across the polished stone. The captain frowned. "Fetch an engineer." An engineer arrived within minutes, carrying measuring rods and notebooks. He circled the pillar twice, tapped it with a brass hammer, and listened. "It shouldn't," he muttered. "What?" "It shouldn't make noise." The pillar split from top to bottom. For exactly one heartbeat, nothing happened. Then every candle in the city ignited blue. Every bell rang without being touched. Thousands of people stopped walking simultaneously, struck by an overwhelming sensation that something vast had just exhaled. The crack sealed itself. The blue flames returned to orange. The bells fell silent. Life continued. Mostly.
3 streets away, 14-year-old Elian dropped the basket he had been carrying. The apples rolled across the cobblestones. He didn't notice. The air around him shimmered, not visibly, not enough for anyone else to see. But he could suddenly hear something impossible. Voices. Millions of them. Not speaking, remembering. Fragments of forgotten spells drifted through his mind like half-remembered songs. Open, bind, return. He clutched his head. What is happening? A woman walking past glanced at him. Are you ill? The voices vanished. He blinked. I think so.
By sunset, reports flooded the nearest chapter house of the Inquisition of Ash. A baker claimed his dough had risen into the shape of birds. A well produced glowing water. A blind man described the sunset in perfect detail. An old oak tree uprooted itself and turned 90 degrees before settling back into the earth. Nothing catastrophic, nothing that could be explained. The High Examiner read every report in silence. Finally, he spoke. "Seal the city." The clerk hesitated. "For isolated incidents?" The High Examiner removed his silver mask. His face was lined with scars older than most kingdoms. "I remember the stories." The room fell silent. "Sir, they always begin with coincidences."
That same night, beneath the city, something awakened. Far below the foundations, below forgotten sewers, below catacombs no map acknowledged, there lay a chamber older than recorded history. Its walls were not carved, they had grown. At the chamber's center stood a sphere of black crystal the size of a cathedral, suspended in empty air by invisible forces. Inside, it swirled rivers of liquid light, gold, violet, emerald, colors with no names in any human language. For 612 years, the sphere had remained perfectly still. Now, one ripple crossed its surface, then another. A crack appeared. Not in the crystal, in the empty space around it. Reality itself split like thin ice. From the fracture came a single whisper. At first it sounded like wind, then language. I wondered, the voice was impossibly calm, whether anyone still remembered. The crystal trembled. The invisible chains surrounding it groaned. Not metal, but laws. Ancient bindings woven into the fabric of the world itself. One snapped. The sound was so quiet that no living creature heard it. Yet every Null Pillar across the continent developed a new hairline fracture.
In his small room above a cooper's workshop, Elian awoke with a gasp. Moonlight poured through the window. The whispers had returned. This time they formed words. "You can hear us." He sat bolt upright. "Who's there?" No answer came from the room. Instead, the voice echoed from somewhere inside his own thoughts. "Do not speak aloud." His breathing quickened. "Good, you learn quickly." "What are you?" A pause, long enough that Elian wondered if he had imagined everything. Then, "The last lesson your world tried to erase." Before he could ask another question, someone pounded on the front door downstairs. 3 heavy knocks, the unmistakable rhythm of the Inquisition. Elian's blood ran cold. The whispers fell silent. Downstairs, his father opened the door. A calm, measured voice drifted up from below. "We are conducting routine inspections." Another pause. "We have reason to believe someone in this household heard something tonight."